I am in Chile right now, and I'm speaking really quietly because I have a roommate and she's on the other side of that wall, and it's 1:23 a.m. Um, but it's my first night here, so I thought I should make a video. Um, so I missed 2 flights, so I'm here. I think that the first day of actual class is tomorrow, but I did miss like a field trip thing to a torture site under Pinochet that's been made into like a garden area, a memorial, and I'm sad about that. But I have reading to do and stuff, but it'll be okay. So Sebastian met me at the airport, and so did Professor Radson. He came in today, and maybe it's Rasden. He will be teaching the counterterrorism course, and we'll be using a recent casebook by Giora, who I'm not too fond of. He works at the University of Utah. I think that he was trained in the Israeli government for a bit, and I think that he's a part of the movement to change international law on human rights issues to accommodate what is called coercive interrogation, and I think that just means torture. So when we were in the car on the way back from the airport to this apartment that I'm in right now, I asked Radson about what he thinks of, John Yoo, who wrote a memo or two that has changed the standard for what the United States calls torture under the current administration. It allows for things like waterboarding and stuff. And Radson said that he wonders why there's a movement focusing on John Yoo as opposed to the administration's change in policy. Now, I guess that means that he's saying John Yoo is just like a specialist or something who is not invested in the policy and shouldn't be focused on as an individual because he's a nice guy, which I'm sure is the case. But I think that it's important for lawyers to hold one another accountable, and for anybody in a community to hold its members accountable for behaving in a way that promotes the safety of other human beings, that looks after their human rights. And I think John Yoo has failed in doing that. And I think that it's important for the legal community to say as much. So I don't know. He probably doesn't agree with me about that. So my apartment is really nice, and my roommate, her name is Dara, I think. I don't know if it's Dara or Dara. I think it's Dara though. And she was talking about maybe having a maid. You can get a maid in Santiago for $20 a week, she said. And I'm of two minds about it. I think I've decided how I feel already, but I'm still of two minds about it. On the one hand, that's super fancy and really convenient. And then on the other, I wonder if $20 is a living wage in Santiago. I'm not really familiar with the economy and stuff here and what it costs to live, but I don't think so. So I'm worried about that. And she said that she would have the maid come up every other week if I didn't want to pitch in for it, and I am short on money because after tuition, I think I only got $2,000 from financial aid, and I spent $1,300 on the ticket. So that leaves me with how much for living on here, Oh my gosh. So Um, so yes, I'm concerned with the cost. And also, there's something weird about someone else cleaning up after me. But I don't know. I guess if they were paid a living wage, I wouldn't mind so much. But I don't know. It still feels kind of funny. Maybe because I grew up poor or something. I'm not sure. So yeah. But I went over to Josh and George's apartment tonight with Dara, and George is the student who goes to school with her. They're all law students, and George spent some time with the Peace Corps in Paraguay, and so he made us a egg and rice dish that was really good. It's fried eggs on top of rice with some fried onions, and I liked it. It was great, especially after a flight where I didn't really eat anything because I didn't have any vegetarian food. So that was nice. And Josh, my friend from school, didn't give me too hard of a time about missing 2 flights in a row. Eric was really nice. He drove me every time, and he drove me back twice to San Diego. We stopped at liquor stores and 7-Elevens and did the coffee bar thing, and I bought Cheetos and candy, and it was like a weird Twilight Zone vacation commuter at night thing because the flight was at 2 a.m. So we were always going to LAX each night. It's funny. Yeah. So, uh, tomorrow we're going to the U.S. Embassy, and oh, and I realized I got the wrong adapter for the plugs here, so I'm using Dara's right now. I will confess this to her later.